Hello and how are you? My name is Mahid Mubarak, and in today's video we're going to create a dynamic form and send it to our server using retrofit with both get and post method. In fact, I'm going to show you a scenario how you can solve a very huge form. Assume that you're having 20 fields that you want to send to the server using retrofit, or more than 20 fields or too much fields, and you don't want to hard code them, you want to dynamically send them to the server. How can you solve that problem? That's what I'm going to show you today in this video. So I hope you're ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's do this dynamic form. So in the very first place, we're going to create another button here that we're going to add for connecting us to the dynamic to the dynamic activity that will show us how to post dynamic form, okay, using both get and post. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that button without wasting much time. So I'll go to our project. If you did not watch this video, if this is your first time to watch these videos, please find the link in the description where I'll give you the introduction of this video. So I'm going to come here to the layout of main activity and press Ctrl and click on this on the activity. So I'll have the layout for the activity. So I'm going to duplicate this one here and put dynamic form. Okay, so to see how I can send a dynamic form, and here I'm going to say open dynamic form. Okay, open dynamic form. That's the method that we're going to create right now. In case someone clicks on this, we should call this method. So press Alt and enter to create this. Alt and enter, and then click on create in the main activity. So there we go, and I'm going to create now the method itself. Okay, I'm going to create now the activity itself for the dynamic form. So I'll come to our project and then right click on this Java and then say new, and come and select a new activity. Where is it? New activity, and then I say empty activity. So in this empty activity is where I'm going to put dynamic form activity, and then I click on finish to create this form. Okay, so having that form there, now we're going to go ahead and do what and create it. Okay, so to do that, I'll simply come to our main activity here, and we're going to link it. And I want to, someone clicks on it, it should open. So I'll come here and put the on click method, and I'll put here it should open dynamic form. Okay, so what it means here, there's going to come here another button for opening the dynamic form. So if I click here, I wanted that button to open the dynamic form activity. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'll just press Alt and Ctrl and click on this to jump into the activity here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put here just where is it here? Okay, it's going to be a simple thing. We're going to put here just in this layout linear layout, and we give orientation vertical. Okay, so we're going to put here just send data as a button. So just simply put button. So we're going to create a button, and it shall say match content, match parent and wrap content, and here I can put some text, and I can say fetch data or send data, anything like that. Okay, and we give it maybe some size of 20 dp. That's it. So after doing that, you can put here a text view, or get the response, give it wrap content, and also wrap content. Okay, give it some size or maybe 20 dp and close it. We give it an ID of maybe response or something like that. Then you give us an ID of btn, maybe button send data. Okay, so after doing that, then we're going to put here maybe some kind of main view. Okay, so writing the back end, and I'll come here and put alt and enter to create this method. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the click listener. Okay, I'll first create the button. Okay, button, and give it a name. Come and initialize it. Find view by id r.id dot the button, and set the click listener dot set click listener new on click listener. Okay, so we have to get also this text view. We'll put the response. It's going to be text view, and also bind it here. Yes, I hope we're together. So I'm going to call here maybe send data. I'm going to create another method for sending the data. Send data. Okay, and press an alt and enter to create it. Create this method here, and then here, so we're going to do the logic of sending the data to the what, to the server. Okay, so we're going to first use the same. Okay, so I'd already written something like that, so just the same steps. So the first step here is going to be creating the retrofit object like this. Okay, the retrofit builder. After doing that, we'll go ahead and put the link. We create the initialize the interface. Okay, initialize the interface, and this interface, you know how we created it. If you did not watch those videos, please, the link is in the description for the full playlist of these videos. They're just a few videos, like 2 of them, so that you can understand here what we're doing. So this is the retrofit object. Now we're going to create another method that will do what? That will receive the data. Okay, so I'm going to come here, the retrofit interface, click on it, and I'm going to put another method for get that is going to send and receive data. So this is where the whole thing is. Okay, so we just simply put, we shall begin by get, so you just simply put at get. Okay, and then open the bracket and put the link that you want to access. So I'm going to create another file, maybe I can call it dynamic form, and that's the .php. So it's going to be a file on the server that will send the data to dynamically. Okay, so here, and then we put call, and then we put what we're expecting back. Of course, for now we're going to expect a string, and then we can put here send dynamic, or send data, send, or can say dynamic form, dynamic underscore form. Okay, so here, now the difference here is, instead of putting fixed field like this one, for example, this form can send only 3 fields, and this one can send only 3 fields, but here we want to send any number of fields that we want, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 20, or any time, without hard coding them like this. That's why I call it what? Dynamic. So what you do, you just simply create here a map. You just simply write, for example, if you're going to use get, so you simply put at a query map, you annotate at query map, this one, and you put what you're expecting. Of course, going to be string, and then you put comma and string. Okay, so that's how our data will be formalized, like this one. Then lastly, give it a name. So for example, I'm going to call it maybe data, anything that you want. So that's going to be, so here before the annotation you have to put, of course, map like this. Okay, and then lastly put here the data, or any variable that you want to turn to. Okay, so we just write like this one. So by doing like this, it means that we can send any amount of information to our server. It is better than doing specific fields like the way we can see them here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and implement this map. Let's go ahead and implement this form. Okay, so I've put it in the what, in the interface. So to implement it, of course, we are done with step 3. Now we're going to step 4 of the call. So it's going to be we come to a project, to the activity here, and put the step 3 for the call. So it's going to be call, of course expecting back the string, and they can give it this one any variable, and then here we're going to remove these ones, and we're going to say we want to send what? We want to send dynamic form. Okay, so dynamic form, of course, here is expecting a what? Is expecting a map. Okay, it's expecting a map. So we're going to create a map of a string data, strings, a field and a value, field and a value, field and a value, and then we'll pass it here, so that this method should be able to send for us that data to the what? To the server. So this is how you create it. I already created somewhere here. This is how you create it. You just simply say map, and then you give that map a name, and then it says go to hash map like this. Let me show you. Okay, so here before we even do this step 3, of course, have to do here, how to collect the data. So I skip that thing of collecting the form manually, but you'll get the point. So here you just simply say map, and then you put string, and then comma string. Of course, this is the structure of what you want to send, and then you put here anything that you want. Okay, I can call it maybe query map or anything, or form, or anything that you want. Okay, query form or form query, anything that you want. Okay, and then you say go to new, and then you put hash map, and then you put string, and then comma string, and then you put this bracket. You can as well do like this, no problem. Okay, like new hash map, and then initialize it like that one. So after doing that, then you have to put there the data that you want to send now. Okay, so remember the other time we were fixed to only 3 fields. Now here we can put any number of fields that you want to send. For example, let's say put map, form query, this one that we just created, and then you put dot what? Dot put. So here put the field. The field is going to be for example name. See, so here I can put the name from where? From XML file, from anywhere that I want to send. Okay, I can put any variable here as long as a string. For example, I can hardly code it here, Mahindo Barakam. Okay, I can add another one. Just put form query dot put. For example, I can add age, and maybe I can put 25. I can add another one, maybe country. See how I'm dynamically adding their data. I can add country, maybe Uganda. I can add another thing, maybe gender. I can put male. See, but the other one we were fixed to only one thing. Okay, put gender. I can put maybe religion. You can put Muslim, something like that. So I can add as many fields as I want. Okay, maybe I can put maybe language, maybe Swahili. Okay, so you see I can add anything that I want. That's why I call it dynamic. So once you create these fields, you can, of course this one can be variables, they can be variable. So these will be the names of the fields. Okay, so after doing that, then you simply come and put here what? You pass that form here, you see, in this activity. So then after, you have to listen to this call. So you say this dot what? Dot enqueue, and then you put the what? The callback. It's going to be new callback like this, and then press enter, and everything will be fixed for yourself, for them. So I can first check here. Now the response will come here, and can first check if the response is successful. So I'll check if it is not successful. I can now put the response, the result from what into the text field that we created. We called it resp. You remember? Okay. So set text and say failed. Failed because, and then I can give the reason. Of course, the reason can be here. Dot what? Dot error body, and you can put maybe the code response. Plus response dot what? Dot code. So it will bring us the code and the what and the error in case it fails, and then I put a return. So in case it fails, now in case it passes there, then I can go ahead and set the response text, and then say, it's resp not what does set text. I can say success, and I put the what, the response body, like that. Beautiful, right? And then in case it fails, totally fail, I can as well do like that. Response that what set text, and I put here failed because, and then I can get the error, which is e dot what t dot get message. Okay, so that's how you can tell whether things are okay or not. So I think that's all. So let's go ahead and test this and you see. But before we test, of course, I have to write the server side. Okay, the server side that will handle this data. Okay, so we said it's going to be, the name of the file is going to be called dynamicform.php. So simply come to our project, which is a XAMPP project here. If you still remember, if you forgot, it is under htdocs. We created a method, a project called retrofit here, and in this project is where we put this file. So I've already put this one in Sublime Text. So I'm going to create another file, and I'm going to call it dynamicform.php. So this file will do nothing but just dumping everything that has been sent through get. So it's just going to be printer, and I just dump anything that is sent through get, like this. Okay, so let's run the project and we see what we've got. So I'll simply come here to the project and click on the run. So it has completed running. So I click on dynamic form. There we go. Click on send data. You see, it's beautiful. So this data is from where? From the server. Success, array, country is equal that, gender is equal that. So everything that we did has been received. Okay, so you see I can add any number of fields and I get them from where? From the server. That's how you can use dynamic form using retrofit. So this is helpful. But if you have 20 fields, so instead of hard coding them, you can simply do what? You can simply add them dynamically, like the way I've shown you. So once you have them on the server, you can do anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and put also here. Maybe I can echo here something like echo, and say this is get. Let me put some new line. This is get. So let's go ahead and put the size of post. Okay, post. Okay, put here some new line. Okay, so that is, and here in bottom we dump the post. Printer, so instead of get we put just post, and then save. So let's go ahead and refresh. We just go ahead and resend the data. Send. Can you see the post is empty? Why? We do not use the post method. So let's go ahead and we see how we can use the post method to create to send a dynamic form. So we will just simply come to our interface. So this one was using get. So I'm going to duplicate this one and create a post one. Okay, so I'm going to put here post method. So I just duplicate the same one. I just put here underscore and say post method. Okay, so here instead of putting get, we're going to put post, and here instead of putting query map, we put field map. Instead of putting query map, we put field map, like this. And then you don't forget form URL encode here on top of the post. Annotate it here. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it will not work. Okay, so that's it. Then I'll copy this method I'm going to use the same one here. Instead of just putting this get one, this one here, dynamic form, I'm going to change it to what? To dynamic form post method. Can just do the both of them. I comment so that in case you download this source code, you should be able to do what? To get both of them. Let me comment this one. Okay, of course this one is what? Is get, and then I'll put here the what? The post. So I'll change this one to what? To post. Okay, so you understood, right? It's exactly the same step, but the only difference is here. Encode the URL, encode the date, the form, at the same time put the what? Put the form, put the field map. Okay, so I've implemented this one. Make sure it's implemented. Then that's it, and then let's run the project. Okay, so you see here in this method we are doing the get and what? And the post. We are dumping both get and post. So let's see what is going to be dumped right now. I click on run again. So we click on dynamic form again, and then you click on send data. Can you see the get is empty and the post has been successfully sent? So that's how you can send dynamic data in a simple way. You see, that's how you can send the dynamic data in a very, very simple way. I hope the video was helpful to you. If you want this source code, you can just find the link to this source code in the description of this video. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to do that, as well as sharing the video. So let us meet in the next video, where I'm going to show you how we can upload a file on the server using this retrofit of Android. I'm going to show you how you can upload a file, a photo, anything that you want to upload in form of a file to the server in this retrofit. I hope you're ready to learn that. If you are, let's meet in the next video and I show you how to do it. Thank you for watching again.